Morning, folks. Welcome to the wonderful world of Vandenberg rocket launches. Yeah! Well, folks, 7:15. We got an hour and 20 minutes to go until launch. It is foggy. Can't really see much right now. It's a pretty low fog this morning. Not your typical fog monster all the way to the ground fog, but it is foggy. We'll get up to Harris grade and then I'll move the Starlink so it's not reflecting in the stream right there. But we got to get up to Harris grade first. That way you guys can see what the view from up there looks like, because it's pretty much fogged in over town. And just by sitting there at that red light, see HIO, or no, that's, yeah, you can see down to O Street, the stoplight, but you can see where the fog is thickening up down there. So you can't see much. Oh yeah, here's a better example of it. Looking down this road, northbound, down H Street. It's pretty foggy around here today. Dangermon cam looked good though. And welcome back. Thanks for joining us this wonderful Monday morning. I don't know about you, but I had a good weekend. I had to cruise down to Camp Pendleton to pick up our grandson from Devil Pups, Mini Marines. He rode with us, my wife and I, home from lunch, we'll say. He went with his mom. He went with his mom when we left Camp Pendleton to wherever BJ's, wherever we went and ate. And then I think he got bored talking with them about it, so he wanted to jump in the car with us and talk to somebody that really knew about what was going on at Devil Pups, which was funny. I had 101 questions. The best part was watching them run across they graduated on a football field. And he came, they do the whole dismiss thing, and one by one they do it to each platoon, and then the platoon about faces, they spin around and then they run off into the sunset. But it was funny because we watched him run across the field with his platoon and all the other platoons, and then, of course, the far end of the field, they're all hugging and, oh, we made it, hip hip hooray. And I don't know what the hell my daughter and her husband were thinking, but they just took off walking away. And only because I've done this before, I know what's up. I kind of stood right where we were because we got there early. We got to graduation early while they were practicing. And it just so happened we walk up into the bleachers and, we got there early, so there's nobody there. And we were going to sit on the south side of the bleachers. And then I decided, nah, hey, let's go down to the other side. And we just so happened to sit right in front of his platoon. So I know during practice, while they're all standing there, you know, at ease, I know, and like he said, I was wearing my green shirt, so he knew it was me. He could tell it was me. But anyways, after dismissed, he came running across. He came running across the field with a giant smile on his face. He loved it. The last question, I had a million questions on the way home. It was like a 5 hour drive home, so he had we had plenty of time to ask questions, and it pretty much was a question and answer thing the whole way home. But the last question I had for him is, on a scale of 1 to 10, waking up this morning knowing that it's over, knowing that you get to go home, and then I want a 1 through 10 about leaving. Like, look, it's finally cleared up, and it only took us all the way to Harris grade. But he said, and this was in the morning. I told him, I want your morning number so I know. And knowing that time to go home, it was a 7. He was glad, but knowing that Devil Pups was over, and he was bummed, like if he would stay, would he, could he, and all that. Well, he gave that a 9 because he knew, oh yeah, there's more to do. And then it was funny because he was like, now I know us and everybody else would be like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll squeeze in there and we'll get it. You probably won't fit, or you probably can't make it up there. Oh, that just kind of like, okay, watch this, and I'll do what I got to do to make it work. But a lot of that, some of it, not a lot. A lot of it is just me, but some of it is Devil Pups putting it in your mind, like, hey, man, don't let nobody tell you you can't. And yeah. There's a lot of other self help, motivational things that will help you do that. But Devil Pups is an interesting one to do it in. And then we asked him, what was the worst thing? The food. Yeah, I told him that. The food sucks, but you're not there for a good time. And he was bummed. Ooh, wait a second. This may be a good view. Oh, a couple cars already. It looked like one guy fell asleep or sleeping in the back seat. This may be a decent view from up here today. Yeah, but he said his favorite food there was mashed potatoes because it was the only thing that tasted like real mashed potatoes or like it's real food. And he said the most upsetting thing was they gave him a steak. It was, well, he said it was supposed to be a steak, but it essentially was just hamburger meat in the shape of a steak. Yeah, that was funny. That and then they give you MREs while you're there. Meals ready to eat. They give you some of those. The only shitty thing about that is they don't give you the heating element to heat them up. So you mix your water in, fine and dandy, but there's no heating element. And unfortunately for him, one of the meals he got was tuna. Whew, thank God I didn't get tuna while I was there. I would have starved, which you're not allowed to do. They make you eat. That way they know you have your calories for the day. Okay. All right. There is your view of Lompoc Valley. The hillside's obviously on the far side. We're up here on Harris Grade for right now. Uh-oh. Always the two first women, JC and Miss Franco. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Give me a few minutes. I'm going to leave you guys that way for right now. I'm going to finish getting the Starlink set up. Hey, I'm missing a pata on my Starlink, but I got it. I found it. It still smells like death up here on Harris Grade. I don't know if you guys can see it in the live stream, but it's kind of interesting because not too far in front of us is where the fog ends. It just kind of stops. If you give me a second, I will come back around. Oops. You can kind of see it down there at the bottom of the screen. That's really not too far from where I'm at right now, which is kind of interesting. Give me a couple minutes, folks. I gotta get the Starlink on the roof. Don't want it on the windshield or on the dashboard. It's kind of blocking everybody's view. couple minutes, but gotta get all this set up. I should have done it yesterday, but I should have set all this up yesterday, but I got up early, went over to my daughter's house, made my grandson his first home-cooked meal after coming home from hell. It's not that bad. Uno más. Well, I guess we're just going with 3 discs. I don't think it's going to go enough. One of my little mounting discs is not sitting properly on it. So we're just going to go with 3 discs. These magnets are extremely strong. I'm not going to be going that fast. All right. Do we... All right. Hang on, folks. A couple more things. Right? Right. Yes. This goes in here like that. And this could go like that. It's gotta go like that. And this to go like that. Right. We're good. And this is what Harris Grade looks like in the morning when people are on their way to work, driving over the hill. But as you can see, there's a beautiful blanket of fog hanging out over Lompoc. And it's very interesting because if you look, those hillsides way over there, they're really clear. There's no haze, no nothing. The pad is out in that general vicinity. But as you can see, there's nothing to see. All right. We got an hour to go. Let's kind of cruise around, see what's going on. Maybe we'll drive out to surf real quick. Actually, we're not going to drive out to surf real quick. I don't know how this is going to work. My phone may decide to try and connect to the truck. Let's see. Oh, shh. Oh! See, I knew that was going to happen. Let's see if I do this. Will this help? Okay. Maybe that helps. Well, hopefully that helps. Oh, it says it can't be used as a microphone. All right. We still got we still got audio, obviously. I know. I'm trying to wake everybody up. That wasn't the song to do it with. All right. What are we down to? And of course, it goes back to that one. All right. So we're down to like 55 minutes to go until 0, until we have liftoff. Oh, got a few more cars up here now. Oh, we're just gonna cruise down into the fog real quick and then come back up because right about about there because there's not much time. There's really Jalama looks good this morning. It was nice and clear on the webcam at Dangermon. You couldn't really see the Jalama Bay, as I like to call it, but uh, there wasn't much fog up there. But down in town, which I can almost certainly guarantee out at Surf Beach is going to be pretty fogged over. And just by driving around town and looking to see what's going on, well, I didn't really drive around town much. Just going from like it's kind of creepy again when I got up at 5 o'clock, 4:30 this morning, something like that. I thought it looked clear outside. I thought I saw blue skies. And then I started getting ready for work this morning. And when I walked outside of the house, I was like, hey, this looks like fog layer. So I don't know, maybe it moved in while I was getting ready for work, or maybe it was already foggy and I just had a bad angle out of my kitchen window. But it's all right. When you get out from under the fog, it's a beautiful morning up here right now. I don't know if it's going to get hot again today. It was fairly warm down at Camp Pendleton yesterday, so, or Saturday, not yesterday. Yesterday was just focus on making him his first home cooked meal and just chilling with him, asking him 101 questions about his experience at Double Putts, referring to my grandson. And my son-in-law, they just had a baby in like April or something like that. So he's already, yup, that baby's going. And my son has already kind of agreed that two boys are going. My granddaughter's still on the fence about going to Devil Pups, but I kind of got a feeling her mom's gonna make her. Only because her brother did it and she tried to do it. Alright, that's all I wanted to make sure is that audio was working. I got a message on my phone saying that the Bluetooth device cannot be used as a microphone. It is not hooked up right now to the live stream. Yay! Yeah, but you guys, you can see it's pretty damn foggy once you get down here into town. We're in kind of in the fog right now. I think once we get down into town a little bit more, it'll clear up some. But we got to get there first. We're going to see rush hour in Lompoc. It actually doesn't look that bad yet because oncoming traffic over here. This line will get halfway down to the bridge in the morning, I think. I've been in that line a couple times. Way though. All my work is to the east and to the south of Lompoc. Actually, let me see if I can zoom in on it. Oh, you can't really see it. I was trying to zoom in on that sticker right there on the back of their truck because that's the anniversary of, I don't remember, it's 135th birthdays. And just the way it's written, it sounds wrong to me, but I'm no English major or anything like that. See, over on the Facebook page a while back when I thought it was, hey, that was Doran. He moved. He moved up on the hill. What do we got? 47 minutes. We could do a loop in 15. We'll just go out to the edge of town and then go back up. I haven't even had a sip of my coffee yet today. It's just hanging out, waiting. Actually, still seems pretty dead for 10 to 7 Monday. I don't have super chats yet, folks. We're about 1,100 watch hours away from super. Do like my best friend does. He watches Liftoff and all that, but the rest of the video, he just does work around the house and listens to it in the background. And then when something sounds interesting, he stops what he's doing and then he looks at the phone or the TV, whatever he has it on, to help get those watch out. When I checked the other day, I was at like 18 something, 1,800 and something, and I need 3,000. We're on Central now, folks, heading westbound, heading out toward the vegetable fields, what used to be called the flower fields, but it's, but this is what it looks like out here. And the further we go west, it's most likely going to be thicker and thicker. So we're not heading all the way out there, especially with 44 minutes left to go. We don't want to be stuck down here during the launch. Don't forget, hit the like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. Leave a comment where you're watching from. Yeah, see, we're not going all the way down. We're gonna make our way back up. Just wanted to do a quick cruise out here real quick so you guys get the gist of how thick the fog is. Well, there it is. That's why if you're not from this area and you plan on coming to watch a rocket launch, make sure you know webcams. You have a site or a page or something where you could go look at webcams to see what the conditions are around the area. I happen to use Watch Duty, You got to make sure you turn on their brush fire cams. And granted, you have to know what you're kind of looking at, but it's anything in the Harris grade view, then that means it's foggy. And then you can always go south of Lompoc, find the Danger Mon camera, camera number 2. Both of those cameras, it's usually camera 2. You go to the camera 2 shot, Harris grade is pointing essentially dead west. The launch pads are, well, the SpaceX and ULA wish they would angle that camera just a little bit further to the left. That way maybe we could get ignition of a Falcon 9. But then the Dangermon cam, I was going to on the Highway 1 from, what is this, Florida slash Santa Lucia, but you can't make a left out of here anymore. Too many bad accidents have happened at this intersection we're coming up to, which now they force you to make a left out of here, which I find even more interesting because semi trucks come out of this road. Maybe there's less of them doing it because there's a hill up here. And the way this little section works, when we merge onto Highway Run right now to screen left behind us, there's a hill that everybody gets a running start on. Because then, like right here, you're coming back up the hill. So sometimes when a semi truck comes right here, they lose all their momentum and they start going slow, and they somehow have to manage to merge in this small little hauling ass down the hill to get a good head. So I hate to say it this way, but I'm surprised there hasn't been an accident since they've closed the road. But obviously, it's working because there hasn't been an accident. You get people making a left out of there where we just made that right. I don't know what they do, but they either get T-boned by cross traffic or they force the cross traffic to hit somebody else. Yeah, it gets pretty bad. So obviously we're still under the fog ceiling. What are we down to? 38 minutes. Yeah, we're not going to worry about it. But if we were to go make a right here, which we're on Constellation, getting off on Constellation right now, but if we were to make a right, go to the end of the street and make a left, you'll wind up in the Providence Landing neighborhood where Providence Landing Park is. We've done checks from there before. But as you can see, it's under the fog. So even up here in the village at Providence Landing, you're probably not going to see much. But if you go 3 miles as the crow flies to the top of the to Harris Grade, you get out of this soup. Oh, they put a barber shop in there? I might have to go there and check it out. Check it out, man. And now we're back up in the village. Sorry, I'm still on going to the Devil Pups graduation. Yeah, brought back all kinds of memories. Uh, Brought a smile to my face, remembering what I went through and knowing my grandson did it. It wasn't. It didn't sound as bad as when I went. There were fights. He said there were fights. I don't know if it's just because I was a house mouse when I went and I told him about it, but he ended up becoming the house mouse of his dorm, his barracks. We're right on the edge of it clearing up. Now we're going back into the fog. But in that little right hand bend, we were right on the edge of seeing nice and clear skies. But we'll come up here to this stop sign, make a left, get up to the top of the hill, and we'll be all right. But yeah, my grandson did say there was a couple fights. He had to hip throw somebody. He does MMA. He rolls. So yeah, he had to put somebody in check, which that's what Devil Pups is all about. Not really, but you know, there were fights when I was there. The cool thing about it is when I went, it was just however many of us, 50 of us, 60 of us in our little platoon, like standing in line butt naked waiting to get in the shower. And you're only in the shower for like, I think they give you a minute or two. I think 2 minutes is kind of long. I think it's like a minute, 30 seconds to a minute to shower. But you're all just standing there naked waiting to get in the shower is kind of like, oh, clear sky. But the interesting part is if you look up there on the road, you can kind of see some more fog hanging out. So Harris Grade may have been fogged over. It may have moved in while we moved out. But yeah, now my grandson said when you shower at Devil Pups, there's curtains. So you're showering by yourself, not just in a big old, like I explained to him last night. It's essentially, you ever go to the pool, the shower room in the pool? Uh, oh yeah, it looked like the fog moved in here. Well, it's interesting how it's all clear right here, but then it looks like as you go up the hill, see what I mean? See what I mean, Jelly Bean? I still do see blue skies past this fog bank, so my daughter and everybody. Schoolwork done, talk to your recruiter and say, I'm ready to go. Calgon, take me away. See, now we're in the nice blue sky. We went from super thick fog to clear sky to a little wispy layer of fog to clear sky. And that is why I typically drive around before launches. Because there has been times where like town has fog over it. The city of Lompoc itself is not like covered in thick fog, but there will be fog over town. And you go for a drive, and a couple times it's Surf Beach has been clear. Most of the time it's not. And then there's times where I leave my house and it's beautiful, and I go 5 blocks over and it's soup. And then you got to figure it out from there. Do you come up to Harris Grade? Do you go down to Surf Beach? Do you go out to Jalama? Or do you go up on top of Refugio? All right, it looked pretty packed already from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 cars. And this one up here makes 17. Don't forget, folks, try not to make a left over the double yellow. I guess technically you're not supposed to do it up here either. Like, do what I do, because you're still crossing the double yellow. We were going to go. I got to go to Santa Maria to work today, which is north of Lompoc if you're not familiar with the area. I was going to go further in to the Santa Maria area, but we'll just pull over up here and then we'll head over the hill. Actually, we'll go around the hill because we're going to be on this side of the road, and I'm not into crossing the double yellow. Oh, see, somebody kind of took our spot. It's all right. Oh, look, somebody else slept in their vehicle. Uh, uh, uh. And there is a rough direction of where the launch is going to be coming up from. I'm starting to get caffeinated, JC. I've just been barely sipping it, but now that we're stopped, I'm going to start chugging my coffee. No, I'm kidding. We're not chugging it. All right. I guess it's time to set up the Z50. Oh, key out of the ignition so it doesn't make that horrible dinging sound. Oh. Well, the car that just passed us pulled in down below, so that makes like 17 cars down there at the turnout. 17 down there, roughly, and 3 up here. Oh. And besides the cars driving down the road, it's a fairly quiet morning up here. And it should be too bright to see. It should be too bright to see re-entry burn today. So unfortunately we won't get any of that. But typically this is a good spot to watch the re-entry burn go down, because you're way up here above or equal to the ridge lines over there on the far side. We'll just move it all the way back. Let's see what happens. Oh. That's the doorpost. And once again, folks, thanks for joining us today on Vandenberg Rocket Launches. This beautiful 20th day of July. What is today? The 199th day of the year for today's 47th SpaceX launch. Which technically this is going to be the 49th launch of the year for Vandenberg. We've had the Firefly launch and the Minotaur launch, which puts us at 49 launches for the year. You know what, JC? I think I'm kind of blah, because I had a rough night's sleep. I don't know if it was just, I don't know. I think my mind was still going from him doing the devil pups thing. But we're up here on top of Harris Grade, waiting for Booster 1082's 32nd launch, the 47th launch for SpaceX this year, the 6th launch for the month of July. And it's just a Starlink Group 1739. Just a measly Starlink mission. But this will be the 20th Starlink mission for Booster 1082, which has also flown USSF 62, OneWeb, Launch 20, and NRO 145. 1082 last launched on May 30th for the 35th launch of the year. And with today being the 199th day of the year, and this being the 47th launch for SpaceX this year, puts us at 4.23 days between launches. So, we're getting there. We're getting closer to the 100 launch approval that SpaceX has going on out of Vandenberg right now. Oh boy just jumped in the back of his car to lay down and take a nap. I don't blame him. But the good thing is, now that he closed the back, it looks kind of cool with that blanket laying down in there. And you really can't see it because that car is kind of blocking it. But you see all the cars down there. And that's not even a busy day. It seems busy. Like when you look down there right now, oh man, there's a lot of cars down there. Not really. There's days you can come up here and there's cars lined up pretty much to where that tree is down there. We'll go back over that way to show you guys again. You see that tree just in front of the white car, or the white SUV, whatever you want to call it. The cars are usually parked along the side of the road and to about that tree on busy nights. The one that's being lit up by the sun, kinda. And I'm kind of surprised it's not a little busier. This is a reasonable time in the morning to have a launch. It's not like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's not, midnight. And it is a Monday, and it is summertime. So I can see a lot of vacationers coming up this way to see a rocket launch. We're down to 17 minutes to go till launch. So right now the first stage should be filling up its propellant. Yes, you are right, Mr. Eagle. It really, since I was up here about a half hour ago, it really hasn't burned off that much though. It's been this pretty consistent layer of this blanket of fog over everything. There was a little wispy layer, thin layer in between the fire station at Burton Mesa and Harris Grade. In between there and here, there was a little wispy layer of fog. But once you get up here, it kind of cleared out and it looks beautiful. This should be a pretty good view from up here today. Hang on, folks. I forgot. I had to get my... Why does it say? Oh, okay. I thought my camera took a shit on me yesterday. or Saturday. I keep saying yesterday. Saturday. We got to graduation. I thought I had plugged the camera in to charge, and then we get out there to graduation, and I go to take some pictures, and the damn thing wouldn't turn on. Okay. Long story short, I think plugging it in at the hotel drained the battery. So, came home, recharged it, and everything seems to be a-okay now. I don't like the way this is. We're gonna have to fix this. Alright, you guys are gonna go for a ride for a second, because I don't like the way the mount is on the Z50. So we gotta change it up a little bit, folks, because no me gusta. Don't touch that one, genius. But there's the fluffy little blanket of fog over Lompoc. Alright. And it's dead still this morning, folks. There's no breeze at all. So it's not like this fog is going to burn off with wind or be pushed out with wind. It's going to have to be burnt off with heat. Which in Lompoc sucks, because now with there being no wind and it's not terribly warm right now, there's a good chance that fog layer may not burn off today. That's the good thing about not working in town. Because if you work in town, there's times where you'll go a week or two without seeing the sun, because it just stays foggy the whole time. But if you're like me and you work out of town all over the county, there's a lot of times where they'll move. Oh, did they really move it again? Yep, I guess so. Well, I guess, let me... cancel 00 25 30 done start. Oh, I'm a second and a half off. All right. We got the timer set back up. We're at 25 minutes and 10 seconds until launch now. I don't remember what this window was to, what time this window was open until, but the last few launches, they're either going, the window opens 7 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night and goes until 11. There's usually a 4-hour window. And if you've been around, you've been keeping up with the launches lately, nothing has gone off at 7 o'clock. Everything's been between 7:30 and 8:30, whether it's AM or PM. Because right now we are in the 7 o'clock window for launches, whether it's AM or PM. Especially if they're Starlink launches. Most of them, these last few months, couple months, they've been either 7 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night. There has been a random 11 o'clock. There was, was it a transporter mission or something like that? That was at midnight. But that's a little bit different because those satellites are going to certain locations. Starlink, yeah, it's going to a certain location, but as long as they get it in the general vicinity of where it has to be, it's fine. But some of these other missions, like the transporter and stuff like that, those have to be more of an exact position so the satellites can end up where they need to end up. Well, it does look like the fog is burning off a little bit. Oh. That truck's going to go down to the lower area possibly, because they just came up the road. Oh, no, I don't see brake lights, so they're going all the way back down. But thank you again for joining us today on Vandenberg Rocket Launches. Folks, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends, turn your notifications on, and then head over to 805.life and look up when the next launch is going to be. These next few, it goes back and forth between AM and PM. We got today's launch, which is now scheduled for 7:49. Then we got Friday at 7 a.m. And then we have Monday the 27th at 7 p.m. And then where is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm doing math in my head, because this is going to be the 6th launch for the month of July. 7, 8. So if we stay on track for what we got going right now, we will be at 8 launches for the month of July, which will put us at 8 launches for June and July. Those were the those are the 2 highs for this year. June and July having 8 launches each. I don't have my monthly total sheet with me, but it's been like, last 2 months have been 8. A couple months before that were 7. A couple months before that were 6. But we're still steadily increasing, whether it's monthly launches or yearly launches, because I know in 2025 we hit like, I think it was 50, maybe 60. And then in 2024 we were barely at 40. We are July 20th, 2026. We are more launches to date than 2024 had all year long. I honestly think we're like a month or 2 away from beating 2025's amount of launches. And then if we get even, next year, well, I don't think SpaceX will be open next year. I've been noticing a lot of on my way to work going south to Santa Barbara, there's been a lot of recycling vehicles, the recycling semi-trucks, you know, the big high wall trucks that they throw cars and steel and stuff. I've been seeing them on my way to work in the morning coming this way, which would lead me to believe that they're coming to the base to pick up all the scrap steel from the demolition of Slick 6. What's this I'm doing? Sorry, watching what's going on here. I don't know what this Yahoo's doing. Hey, don't stop here, fool. Dude, what the hell are you doing? Oh boy. The city, the county, somebody, the state, the feds, somebody needs to get up here and start, you know, or get out here and at least make an official viewing area. This is like ridiculous. It gets more and more dangerous every launch. $17 minutes to go, folks. So first stage should be full by now, honestly, even though they rolled the clock back. They're probably just continuously pumping rocket fuel into it, so it doesn't burn off sitting on the pad. Well, it is burning off anyways, but so it doesn't empty the tank, they just keep forcing more fuel into it, keep it loaded, fully loaded of propellant. It looks like down below is pretty full now. The upper viewing area, obviously. Oh, you guys can't see because I'm zoomed in toward the pad. We'll do the almighty. We'll leave it that way. I had you guys pointed more to the right because this first vehicle right here, old boy sleeping in the back of it right now. But it was just myself. Well, when I first cruised by, it was just him up here. And then I went to the top to turn around, and then that white vehicle pulled in, and then I came back down and parked, and then slowly but surely everybody else has pulled in. And you can't see around the bend because we're up here, which I like this area better. You're a little bit higher. You're at a more at a little bit different angle than being down there. There's our beautiful hillsides over there. And then here, since it's nice and clear, if you go on to Harris Grade Cam, that antenna tower right there, hang on folks, let's see. Yeah, okay, on the right side of the tower you can see the two white
at the very top of the tower, the two white facing antennae, well, just to the right of them, where is it? Where's my alien? Those little things hanging off just the right. One of those is the camera that's facing northeast, but it could turn to face east. And then on that same antenna tower, this antenna tower, but on that side, that black dot, that it's either that or the one on the other side, the left. One of those is the camera that's pointed west out toward the ocean and overlooking base. But when I say I'm looking at the Harris grade cam, that's the camera I'm looking at up there. So, you know, one ridge over, a little bit higher, and that camera faces out that way. So you too could go onto the Harris grade cam and see what the conditions are out here. And obviously, that antenna is taller than the ridge lines around us. So that gets a look over the top of the hills. So you can really see what the fog is doing further out west, especially at night. When there's a night launch, it's always good to check that because you can see how far out the fog is. And that can give you a little bit of determination of, oh, okay, it's going to move in or it's going to stay far enough away from Harris grade where it will be a good view from up here. Even though there has been times I've been up here, up higher, screen left up higher, and the fog will move in. It'll be clear when I get here. I'll hike up there to the top of the hill and be hanging out up there for a while. And minutes before launch, the fog will just move right on over this ridge line to the left, to screen right, and then inevitably cover this whole area. There has been times where I've been up on top of the hill right behind us, and the people down here get fogged out, but I have a beautiful view up there. It's actually happened more than once. A professional photographer that comes up was all set up, had his rigs all set up down there at the lower viewing area. He couldn't get a single shot because the fog rolled in. And then he asked, where was I? And I told him on the hillside up above him. And, oh, so you were the one up there hooting and hollering, because I did yell out everybody was yelling and screaming down here, so I was up there and, woo! He's like, yeah, I thought I heard you. But it was clear up there on top of the hill. It's weird how the fog works here sometimes. Shoot, I used to drive from my house to my best friend's house, which is 11 and 17 streets, 17 blocks apart. And I'd go over to his house, and he was under the fog, no sunlight, and you go over to my house, and I'm completely out of the fog. Bright, beautiful day. But not no more, because he doesn't live here. He moved. Bummer. Oh, good morning, Jose from Santa Cruz. Yeah, you can kind of tell the fog's burning off now. You can kind of see if I can zoom in on it. We'll go down a little bit. So That big building right there, that is the gym for Cabrillo High School. And if you look just above it, oh yeah, if you look just above that building, see that semi-truck going down the road? That's Highway 1. When we first got up here, you could not see that. That was all covered in fog still. And like I said, it's not the wind blowing the fog out, because it is not windy up here. It's because the sun is getting higher in the sky and burning the fog off. But if you look at the bushes up here, there is not a single twinge in them at all. Oh, and that one, there's a little bit of dancing going on, but no, it's dead. It's wind-wise, it's dead up here right now, which is a good thing, because then there's no wind noise on the live stream. Yay! Well, Constance, that's why you have me doing a live stream from up here at Vandenberg, or Lompoc, outside of Vandenberg Air Force Base. Because when the fog rolls over, at least you'll have something to see from my live stream. Hopefully. I would have liked it better if the launch would have went 10 minutes ago, because then that sun wouldn't be coming up over the hillside behind us and lighten things up more. But it's all right. We're down to 7 minutes, so we're 2 minutes from strongback beginning to retract. Like I said, it has been retracting a little bit earlier, but for a while it started retracting right at 5 minutes to go. All right, we're gonna turn a little bit, folks. Hold on tight, don't let go. Pop's gonna take you on a whole new show. You see all the people standing out there patiently waiting. 6 minutes to go till launch. That's what the lower area normally looks like. It gets pretty packed down there. Like I said, though, that's not that bad. I don't even want to say that's average. There's our shitty ass wind turbines. Sorry, folks. I think those are the lamest thing for energy. I'm a nuclear fan. At least nuclear, especially nowadays, you could build a little building and shove everything in the ground, dig a giant hole in the ground to put your nuclear waste in, instead of having, I think it's either 28 or 32, something like that, of these giant ugly monstrosities that destroy the area. And you might be asking, well, why do you say that? Well, because the road going back there, they had to trim and cut so many trees, it sucks. It used to be a canopy the whole drive out Megalito Canyon, but because they were bringing everything out, they had to cut up the trees, trim them back, cut some of them down, widen the road in spots. So that kind of sucked. And then now you have these eyesores. Yeah, anyways, who cares? All right, 4.5 minutes to go till 0. So strongback is retracting. You guys hear the car doors slamming? Everybody's getting out of their cars because we're under 5 minutes to go. Don't forget, leave a comment where you're watching from. hit that like button as soon as we see the booster pop through the fog. Even if you've already hit that like button, hit it again. That way on the analytics, I could see that little spike at 0. That's always cool to see. Up just a little bit higher. Let's go right there. That looks okay. All right, 325 to go, folks. And we have a little blip in the fog out there. Hello, mother. Oh, thanks for checking in Apple Valley. All right, we're under 3 minutes to go. So Strongback should be all the way retracted now. Stage 2 should be getting close to loaded with propellant. The drone ship should be somewhere out in the Pacific Ocean, bobbing and weaving, waiting for a pencil to land on its deck. Two minutes. 2 minutes, folks. We're right around 2 minutes to go. And see, and like I said, who knows what this fog looks like? It could just be a sliver right down the middle of town. But if you're out at surf, there could be a possibility that you could see the rocket from the pad. I don't really think so, but there is a possibility. And since we're down to a minute and a half to go, this will be Booster 1082's 23rd launch, the 47th launch this year for SpaceX, the 6th launch for the month of July for SpaceX. And this is Starlink Group 1739, the 20th Starlink mission for Booster 1082, which has also flown USSF 62, OneWeb Launch 20, NRO, and NRO 45. 1082 last launch May 30th for the 35th launch of the year. We are under a minute to go. We should be getting LZ, go for launch, from Launch Commander right now over on the SpaceX feed. And today is the 199th day of the year, which puts us at 4.23 days between launches for SpaceX. And it's the 25th week of the year. Oh, butthead. All right, well, here we go. 30 seconds to go. Welcome back to Vandenberg Rocket Launches, folks. Let's see. Don't hit the wrong button this time, genius. No, we don't want you on auto. Wait, why did it do that? All right. Oh, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. What? Why does it keep canceling it? All right. Any second now. Unless they scrubbed it, which it looks like they did, because I don't see anything yet. Yeah, I don't see anything, folks. We should have seen something already. Oh, they probably moved it again. Because we should be seeing something already. Huh. 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 Uh-huh. It sounds like they scrubbed it, and these two guys in front of me are really butthurt about it. And once again, folks, that's part of the problem about coming up here to watch a rocket launch. You never know when they're really going to happen. Yeah, the SpaceX countdown clock stopped at 3 seconds. So that's a pretty good indication that we are scrubbed for launch today. Well, I still don't see anything. Yep. Yep. I'm watching SpaceX's live stream, and they have rebooted the time back up to 15 minutes. So it could still be a go. It all depends on what the problem is. Yeah, we'll let them discuss it. Yep. He stopped at 3 seconds to go. Well, folks, that's a bummer. Well, since we're not getting a launch, go ahead and hit that like button anyways, and then hit the subscribe button, and then turn your notifications on. Because you never know when we go live. We are in the 7 o'clock range right now, or otherwise known as 1900 hours, because it's either 7 o'clock in the morning or 1900 p.m., which is 7 o'clock at night. What a bummer. Everybody down below is still standing on the edge of the cliff, waiting to see something. But it looks like there won't be anything to see today. Even though it looks... See all the people down there hanging out, waiting patiently, like the rest of us. Pads out that way, clear blue sky out that way. All right, let's run through the comments real quick, and then I think we're done for the day because I got to get to work. I'm not in the mood to get in trouble today. Well, hang on, let's check. Well, the interesting part, they have the next launch scheduled for Friday, but it's not this one, right? Because this is 1739 and 1748 is on next on the list, which I don't know, maybe they'll rotate them where that next one will go first, but it does not have. Let's check the SpaceX. Let's see if SpaceX has anything different than it. Yeah, see the timer on SpaceX.com has 3 seconds left to go in their timer. So when it's under a minute, the computers on the booster are running everything, so the computers themselves shut the launch down today. Yeah, today's the 20th. It still has the 24th and the 27th as our next 2 launches, and this launch is held at 3 seconds to go. Bummer. Boo-hoo. All right. Let's make sure. Yeah. It must have scrubbed right at 0 because the SpaceX clock is plus 3 seconds. Yep, it's at plus 3 seconds, and which is interesting because usually they will so if you're ever up here and you go to the SpaceX.com site, they'll usually reset the countdown clock if they're like, oh no, we're going to try again in 15 minutes. Usually the countdown clock will start fairly quick. But there's nothing on this right now. It doesn't say if they move days. It doesn't say if they just push the time a little bit. And like I said, I don't remember what the window was, but the windows for these launches lately have been 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. So there's a chance the window is still open. I don't think it is, but there is that chance. Hang on, I'm gonna watch the SpaceX live feed real quick and see if there is anything I hear that will let me know if it's a full scrub or if they're just the words to listen for. Hold, 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 scrub, 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 abort, 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 abort.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What did he say? If you go back and watch the SpaceX live stream, you hear the countdown, you see the engines ignite, and then they immediately shut off.
3 seconds.
And then he says something which I didn't make out, so I'm going to rewatch the video one more time.
T-minus 15 seconds.
It's kind of cool, though, that it does. The computers on the rocket do it all by itself.
9, 8, 7, 6,
Deluge kick on at 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1. Falcon 9 has aborted our launch.
Oh, Falcon 9 aborted the launch. I guess we're going to listen for a minute to see if it's a true abort or if they're just going to restart the clocks. Nothing has come up yet, so I'm assuming this is going to be a scrub for another day. Which, typically, if it's scrubbed today, right? The next scheduled launch. Oh, they took the live stream completely. Oh, okay. They said abort and then put the live stream on hold, so that's probably an abort for the full day. Like they're not going to try to go back up with it today. Where are we at? So, with today's launch being scrubbed, the next scheduled launch is July 24th, which there's still a slight possibility that one can go. But usually what happens, if this gets pushed a day, you could push everything behind it a day. So now Friday's launch could possibly be Saturday. Mondays will go to Tuesday, and so on and so forth. Until we get a... oh, that guy came up from Vista. Wow. But yeah, so everything will get pushed back a day until we get a return to sender. Because obviously the drone ship doesn't need to go out to catch anything. So they could just furry it off. All right, folks. Well, unfortunately, no launch this morning. We did get an abort at 0. There was ignition, but there was no lift. Well, there wasn't even ignition. I think there was startup, and that was about it. All right, I got to get to Santa Maria. So until next time, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. Oh, go over to PayPal, Vandenberg Rockets, if you'd like to donate any money. Head on over to 805.life/launches if you want to know anything about launches or the rockets or places to see, best spots. I haven't been everywhere. I kind of have this central Santa Barbara County sewed up on where to go watch launches. I've been to several spots down around Santa Barbara. But yeah, until next time, which could be tomorrow, it could be Monday or Friday. But until then, have a good day.